Good morning, all. I hope you have done well in your test. Let us discuss now the test solution of Chapter 8 Comparing Quantities, and this is Mathematics class of grade 8. Let us see Section A, 1 mark questions. Section A consists of 1 mark questions, and we will be discussing all the questions of Section A first. First question: the additional expenses on transportation, labor, repairing, etc. are called dash expenses. Dear children, we have studied this concept in the previous lectures, and I hope you must have done this question correctly, and the answer to this question is overhead expenses. So the additional expenses on transportation, labor, repairing, etc. are called overhead expenses. And what is the other name of overhead expenses? The other name of overhead expenses is overheads. Question number 2: the additional money paid by the borrower to the money lender in lieu of the money used is called interest. Definitely, we have studied the terms related to SI, that is simple interest, and CI, that is compound interest. In that, we have studied various terms like principal, we have studied rate, amount, interest also we have studied. So what is this interest? The additional money paid by the borrower to the money lender in lieu of the money used is called interest. I hope these two questions were easy. You must have done them correctly. Let us see now question number 3. If 5% of a number is 42, then the number is. We need to find the number, and it is given to us that 5% of that particular number is 42. And the options are 800, B option is 820, C option is 840, D option is 860. So the solution, let number is y. I have taken the number as y. 5% of y is equal to 42, as this is given to us in the question, and as percentage sign is there, and we know that percentage is a special fraction in which denominator is 100, so it will be written 5 over 100 into y is equal to 42. Further, it will be written as y is equal to 42 into 100 over 5. After cancelling out, you will be getting y is equal to 840. So, if 5% of a number is 42, then the number is 840. If you will be finding 5% of 840, you will be getting the answer as 42. So, we can verify our answer also. Now, question number 4 is, the time periods and rate for a sum taken at 8% per annum for 1.5 years compounded half yearly are. The options are, A option is n is equal to 3, r is equal to 4%. B option, n is equal to 6, r is equal to 2%. C option is n is equal to 3, r is equal to 2%. And D option is n is equal to 6, r is equal to 4%. So, children, you must be aware that when the interest is being compounded half yearly, we need to divide the rate by 2 and time is to be multiplied by 2. So, if rate percent is given to us as 8%, so if I will be dividing 8 by 2, I will be getting 4%. And if I will be multiplying the time, that is, first of all, I will be solving it. Like it will be 1.5 years, it will be 3 by 2, and I need to multiply it by 2, so it will be 3.5 years. So, the option A is correct, where it is written n is equal to 3.5 years, r is equal to 4% per, that is compounded half yearly. I hope you have understood this question. So, when the interest is being compounded half yearly, we need to divide the rate by 2 and multiply the time by 2, and we have understood this in detail in the previous lecture. Now, question number 5 is, Naman buys a game for rupees 60 and sells it for rupees 75. His profit percentage is. One of the boy named Naman, he is purchasing a game for rupees 60 and he is selling it further for rupees 75, and we need to calculate the profit percentage. Definitely here in this case SP, that is 75, is greater than CP, which is 60 rupees. So profit is there. First of all, we need to find profit and then we will be finding profit percent. So how we will do it? Let's see. And the options are 15%, 20%, 25% and 30%. CP is given to you as 60 rupees. SP is 75 rupees. Profit percent we need to find out. Profit is equal to SP minus CP, that is 75 minus 60, that will be 15 rupees. Profit percent and loss percent, as we know that they are always calculated on cost price. So we will be finding profit percent as profit over CP into 100%. Profit we have calculated 15, CP is 60. So 15 over 60 into 100% will be 25%. So C option is correct, that is 25% is the answer. Now coming to section B, it consists of 2 marks questions. Question number 6. By selling a fan for rupees 649, Anil earns a profit of 18%. Find its cost price. We need to find the cost price, and SP is given to us, that is 649 rupees, and Anil earns a profit of 18%, and we need to find the cost price. So SP of fan is rupees 649. Profit is 18%. We need to find CP. And we know that CP is given by the formula SP into 100 over 100 plus profit percent. Dear children, we have learnt the formula relating SP, CP and profit percentage, and we have also learnt about the formula relating SP, CP and loss percent. So here in this case, as profit percentage is given to you, SP is given to you, we need to find cost price. So we have used this formula, or you can do it in any other way also. If you know any other way, then you can do in that way. If you want to use the formula, then you can use this formula. Otherwise, you can do in your own way. CP is equal to SP into 100 over 100 plus profit percent, which will be equal to CP. That is, the formula is CP is equal to SP into 100 over 100 plus profit percentage. So putting the values of SP and profit percentage, it will be CP is equal to 649 into 100 over 100 plus 18. So it will be 64,900 over 118. After solving, you will be getting CP as rupees 550. So in this case, SP was given to us, profit percent was given to us. We need to find the cost price. So we have used the formula CP is equal to SP into 100 over 100 plus profit percentage, and then we have solved it to get the value of CP. So CP will be 550 in this case. Hence, the cost price of the fan is 550 rupees. Question number 7. In class 8th of a school, girls are 60% of the total number of students. If there are 18 girls in class, find the total number of students and number of boys in the class. We need to find the total number of students and total number of boys in the class. If 60% of the students, total number of students are girls, and it has been given to us that there are 18 girls in the class. Let total number of students we have taken Y. Given that 60% of the total number of students are girls, so 60% of Y is equal to 18 because there are 18 girls in the class. So the equation will be 60% of Y is equal to 18, and as percentage is given to us, percentage sign is given to us. So it will be 60 over 100 into Y is equal to 18, and then Y is equal to 18 into 100 over 60, which will be equal to 30. So total number of students in the class are 30 and number of girls are 18. So we can find number of boys. So number of boys will be 30 minus 18, that will be equal to 12. So total number of students are 30 in the class. Number of boys in the class are 12. Number of girls are 18 as it is given to us in the question. Question number 8. A wardrobe is sold at rupees 5,510 rupees after allowing a discount of 5%. Here in this case, SP is given to us and discount percentage is given to us. We need to find the marked price. So we have taken, let the marked price of the wardrobe be rupees M. SP of wardrobe is given to us as rupees 5,510 rupees. Discount percentage is 5%, and we know that discount is always calculated on the marked price. So discount will be equal to 5% of rupees M. So it will be 5 over 100 into M, that is equal to 5 over 20 rupees. Dear children, we have done one formula also relating SP, marked price and discount percentage. You can use that formula. What is that formula? SP is equal to 1 minus D over 100 into marked price. You can use that formula also, or you can do this question in this manner, in the way I am telling it to you. You can use formula also if you want. So SP is equal to MP minus discount. We know this. We have calculated the discount, and MP we have taken M, and SP is given to you as 5,510. So the equation will be 5,510 is equal to M minus M over 20. So it will be 5,510 is equal to 19M over 20. If you will be taking the LCM and then solving it, it will be 19M over 20. And then M will be equal to 5,510 into 20 over 19, which will be equal to 5,800. So the marked price of the wardrobe is 5,800 rupees. You can use this you can use the formula relating SP, MP and discount percentage, and the formula is SP is equal to 1 minus D over 100 into MP, where D is the discount percentage, SP is the selling price, MP is the marked price. Now coming to section C. Section C consists of 3 marks questions. Question number 9. Question number 9 says, a shopkeeper purchased 250 bulbs for rupees 12 each. However, 5 bulbs were fused and had to be thrown away. The remaining were sold at rupees 15 each. Find his gain or loss percentage. Dear children, whenever you need to find gain or loss percentage, then you need to have the values of SP and CP. Then only you will come to know whether gain is there or loss will be there, and then accordingly you can calculate gain percentage and loss percentage. So let us see in this case. CP of one bulb is given to us, that is rupees 12. So CP of 250 bulbs will be 250 into rupees 12, that will be total 3,000 rupees. So we have calculated CP now. CP of 250 bulbs is rupees 3,000. Now it is given to us in the question that 5 bulbs were fused and had to be thrown away. 5 bulbs were fused. So remaining bulbs will be 250 minus 5, that will be 245. So 5 bulbs were fused. So the remaining bulbs will be 250 minus 5, that will be 245. And the remaining were sold at rupees 15 each. So SP of one bulb is given to us as 15 rupees. SP of one bulb is rupees 15. SP of 245 bulbs is 245 into rupees 15, that will be total 3,675 rupees. So SP of 245 bulbs will be rupees 3,675. And we know here we have seen in this case that SP is greater than CP. So profit will be there, and profit will be given as SP minus CP. So putting the values of SP and CP, it will be 3,675 minus 3,000 rupees. It will be 675 rupees. So profit is 675. We need to calculate the profit percentage, and profit percentage, loss percentage, they are calculated on CP, that is cost price. So profit percentage is equal to profit over CP into 100%. It will be 675 over 3,000 into 100%. And when you will be solving it, you will be getting profit percentage as 22.5%. So first of all, dear children, what we have done in this question, we have first of all calculated the cost price of 250 bulbs. and then we have calculated the selling price of 245 bulbs because 5 bulbs were fused and had to be thrown away. So SP of 245 bulbs we have calculated, and then we have compared SP and CP. Then as in this case, in this question, SP is greater than CP, so it will be a case of profit. So we have calculated the profit and then profit percentage. Now question number 10. Question number 10 is calculate the compound interest on rupees 12,500 for 2 years at 6% per annum. We need to calculate the compound interest on principal is 12,500, rate is 6% per annum, time is 2 years, and we know the formula. Amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus r over 100 raised to the power n, and we will be putting the values of principal, rate and n in this formula. You will be getting amount is equal to 12,500 bracket 1 plus 6 over 100 raised to the power 2, and then you will be solving the bracket. It will be 12,500 bracket 100 plus 6 over 100 raised to the power 2. So it will be 106 over 100 into 106 over 100 into 12,500, as number of years are 2, so it will be written twice. And after solving or after taking the square of 106, you will be getting 11,236, and into 12,500 you will be solving this, and after solving or after multiplication of these two, you will be getting amount as 14,045 rupees. And we know that compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. So 14,045 minus 12,500, you will be getting 1,545 as the compound interest. So it was a very simple question. Simply in this question, you were supposed to put the value of principal, rate and time to find the amount first, and then compound interest is to be calculated after subtracting the principal from the amount. And first of all, you should be aware about the formula, which formula is to be used, and I hope you must have done this question very easily. Section D, 4 marks each. Question number 11, solve the following parts. Part A is the population of a place increased to 54,000 in 2003 at a rate of 5% per annum. Find the population in 2001. Dear children, in this question, we have been given the population of a place in 2003. It means V is known to us. Now, as it is a case of population increase or decrease, and time is given to us, rate is given to us, so we should be aware now that as this is the question of application of compound interest, and after that we should know whether V is given to us and or V naught is given to us. As I told you that V is for future value, that is you are supposed, if you are supposed to find the value after n years, then you are supposed to calculate V, and V, if V naught is the value before for previous years. So in this case, the value in 2003 is given to us, so it means V is given to us. So population in 2003, that is V is equal to 54,000. Population in 2001, V naught, we need to find out. N is equal to 2003 minus 2001, that is equal to 2 years. Rate is 5% per annum. Now we know the formula. V is equal to V naught bracket 1 plus r over 100 raised to the power n, or you can use this formula in terms of amount and principal, as I told you previously also. Putting the values, 54,000 is equal to V naught bracket 1 plus 5 over 100 raised to the power 2. 54,000 is equal to V naught bracket 1 plus 1 over 20 raised to the power 2, and then solving the bracket, you will be getting this equation. After that, you will be getting 54,000 is equal to V naught bracket 21 over 20 raised to the power 2. And this 21 over 20, when it will be shifted to that side, that is left hand side, it will be 54,000 into 20 over 21 into 20 over 21. That will be equal to V naught now. So it will be 54,000 into 400 over 441 is equal to V naught, as 20 square is 400, 21 square is 441. So when you will be solving V naught, you will be solving the above equation, you will be getting the value of V naught as 48,979 decimal 59, and approximately its value will be 48,980. So the population in 2001 is 48,980. Coming to B part, on increasing the price of a cycle by 14%, it becomes rupees 1,425. What was its original price? Dear children, in this B part, we have been given the final price or the new price, you can say, and increase by how much the original price has been increased. This is also given to us, and we need to find the original price. So let the original price of the cycle be rupees Y. Percentage increase is 14%. New price will be equal to original price plus increase in the price. So new price is 1,425 is equal to original price is Y plus increase in the price is 14% of original price, that is 14% of Y. So it will be 1,425 is equal to Y plus 14 over 100 into Y. When you will be solving right hand side, after taking the LCM, you will be getting 1,425 is equal to 100Y plus 14Y over 100. It will be 1,425 is equal to 114Y over 100. Now this 100 will be shifted to another side, that is left hand side, and now the equation will be Y is equal to 1,425 into 100 divided by 114. You will be getting 1,250. Hence, the original price of the cycle is rupees 1,250. Now, question number 12. Anu borrows rupees 12,500 at 12% per annum for 3 years at simple interest, and Rita borrows the same amount for the same period at 10% per annum compounded annually. Who pays more interest and by how much? This is the question number 12. In this case, two girls are there. One has borrowed the money at simple interest and another at compound interest, and it is being compounded annually. Principal is given to us, rate percent is given to us, and time is given to us. So first of all, we need to divide this question into two cases as I have done. Case 1, I am taking it for Anu. Principal is 12,500, rate is 12% per annum, n is equal to 3 years, and we need to find the simple interest. And the formula we know, simple interest is equal to P into R into T over 100, where P is the principal, R is the rate of interest, and T is the time or number of years. Principal simple interest for 3 years will be 12,500 into 12 into 3 over 100. That will be equal to 125 into 12 into 3. So simple interest will be rupees 4,500 or 4,500. Case 2, that is for Rita. Principal is 12,500, rate is 10% per annum, n that is equal to 3 years, time is given to us as 3 years, and we know the compound interest. To find compound interest, we need to find the amount first. So amount is given by, amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus r over 100 raised to the power n. That will be equal to now 12,500 bracket 1 plus 10 over 100 raised to the power 3. And when you will be solving the bracket, you will be getting 12,500 bracket 100 plus 10 over 100 raised to the power 3. So it will be written thrice, 110 over 100 into 110 over 100 into 110 over 100 into 12,500. When you will be solving it, you will be getting the numbers as 12,500 into 1,331 over 1,000, and after solving you will be getting the amount as 16,637 decimal 50. This is your amount. I need to find the compound interest. In the second case, compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. So the amount we have calculated 16,637 decimal 50 minus principal is 12,500. So it will be 4,137 decimal 50. This is your compound interest. And as we have seen in the case of Anu, simple interest we have calculated as 4,500 and compound interest we have calculated as 4,137.50. So Anu paid more interest than Rita. By how much we need to find out? So we have taken the difference of these two, and so Anu pays more interest by 4,500 minus 4,137.50, that will be equal to 362 rupees, 62.50 rupees. So by this much amount Anu paid more interest as compared to Rita. So your homework is, you are supposed to do the correction of the test in your homework notebook. I hope, dear children, this chapter is now very much clear to you. So please do your correction of test in your homework notebook. Thank you so much.